Hey, wonderful. So, welcome the folks that are just joining us. So, let's come to a comfy seated position. And whatever your instinct is in terms of which leg is in front, do the other one. And let's just get our spine going. So, let's exhale to round the back. Inhale, arching the back, feeling your shoulders coming back. So maybe putting like hooking your hands on your knees so you can kind of pull yourself forward and your shoulders back. And then the opposite, feel like you're pushing your back backwards and it's just hooking your hands on that's stopping you from going any further. Really feeling your shoulders getting a nice stretch. Wonderful. And then let's come up nice and tall through our spine. Let's inhale our arms overhead, feeling everything lengthening. Exhale, letting your arms come down and your shoulders relaxing down. Your own breath, inhale to reach up. Exhale, just letting go of the tension in your shoulders. One more time, and having your hands come together overhead. Then exhale to heart center. Good. Keeping your hands there. Maybe tucking your chin a little bit. Maybe closing your eyes or looking at the floor and just noticing your breath. Seeing if you could take a fuller inhale, letting your lower belly relax and expand. Seeing if you can slow down and deepen. Good. Keeping this feeling, let's bring our hands to our knees, feeling nice and tall in our spine. And then bring your opposite hand to opposite knee. Inhale your spine nice and tall, and then exhale, gently twisting to look over your shoulder. Feeling that back shoulder trying to open up. And on each inhale, feeling a little bit taller in your spine. On each exhale, maybe feeling that twist a little bit more. And your next inhale, slowly coming back through center. And let's just do a few cow and cat just to get the spine untwisted. Wonderful. Now, when you're ready, going the other way, hand to opposite knee, inhale nice and tall. And then as you exhale, gently start twisting, feeling that back shoulder opening up. Again, having your hand on your knee is kind of a lever. Inhale to feel tall, and as you exhale, that's when you feel maybe a deeper twist. Good. And when you're ready, coming back through center and doing a few cow and cat. Good. Wonderful. So just putting your hands a bit behind you and having your feet come onto the floor and just do a little bit of your knees going side to side, just getting your hips a little bit warmed up. Good. So keeping one knee bent, straightening out the other leg, and just doing some flexing your toe and then pointing your toes. So just feeling the back of that lengthened out leg, getting stretched out as you flex your foot, and then feeling how the top of your foot, the top of your leg getting stretched out as you point. Wonderful. And then switching legs, same feeling, flexing and feeling the whole back leg stretch out, and then pointing and feeling the top of the foot, maybe the top of the quad. Wonderful. Now we're going to straighten out both legs. If you find this hard, maybe sitting on something will help get your hips tilted forward a bit. So when you're ready, straightening out both legs, give them a little bit of a shake. And yes, sitting up on something will help get your pelvis to kind of spill forward. So speaking of which, let's get our spine nice and tall. I already feel a pull, so this feels like plenty for me. But maybe you can kind of draw yourself forward, feeling your pelvis tipping forward. Maybe you can let your back relax and letting your head relax. So I'm feeling a whole lot, so I'm not going to go any further. But you just find that point where you feel a really nice stretch up the back of your legs, going right up your spine, maybe right up to your head. So choosing what's going to work for you. And then coming into your breath, trying to melt on the exhale. When you're ready, slowly coming back out of that. Maybe bending in your knees. I think it might feel like a good idea to arch your back a moment or two if your back is rounded. So putting your legs wherever feels the most natural, and just take a moment to just some gentle cow and cat, but really emphasizing the arch after all that rounding. Wonderful. So if your knees are bent, somehow keep them that way. Let's just do a bit of circling to wake up kind of lower back midsection. So circling one way, your legs, however feels comfy. This is sort of a gentle part. And then switching back around the other way. Just if your lower back is getting mad at any point, just ignore me and do what feels good. Modify as you need. We don't want to anger anything. So now let's bring the bottoms of our feet together, letting our knees open up to either side. And getting nice and tall in your spine. Letting your legs relax. And then see how it feels. Maybe your hands on your shins or your knees to sort of pull yourself forward a little bit. Shifting as you need. So maybe hanging out here if you feel a good stretch. Or if you like, you can let your back round again. Letting your body come forward. But if you have that feeling in your lower back, like your vertebrae wants to pop out, then don't round your back. Stay tall and focus on the feeling of your hips opening up. Or you can tip forward, but still keep your spine long. So you're getting a lot through the hips, but not pressuring the lower back. So choose your own adventure and then melting into it. Trying to let wherever there's tension, release on the exhale. Slowly coming out of it, bringing your knees together, maybe letting the windshield wiper side to side if that feels like what you want to do. And then when you're ready, lengthening out one leg, curling in the other. Nice and tall in your spine. Good. So we're going to do just a side bend heading towards your lengthened out leg. So getting nice and tall in your spine and taking the opposite arm as lengthened out leg. Reaching up on the inhale and then exhale, getting a side bend. Maybe letting that arm just sort of flop over your head. I like to just let my arm rest on my head. Feeling the whole side body stretching out, hopefully feeling a nice stretch in your lengthened leg. Trying to melt into it on the exhale. Careful. Let's slowly, slowly come out of this. Oh, sitting up tall in your spine, and just for a moment, let's just do a little bit of circling while we're still here. Okay. Other. And then see how it feels, maybe tipping your body forward a bit. See how that makes things more intense. Maybe you're feeling it more now in the hip of the bent knee, just hanging out here for a moment or two. Your back can be long or it can be relaxed. Slowly, let's come back out of this. Do whatever feels good, because we're going to do all that on the other side. So just whatever your body wants. I want to straighten out my legs and give them a shake. Just sort of whatever is the opposite of what we just did. Go ahead and do that. Letting my feet kind of wave back and forth. When you're ready, let's set up on the other side. So one knee bent in, the other one lengthened out, feeling that big stretch in the lengthened out leg. Nice and tall in your spine, and then taking the same arm as your bent knee, inhaling that arm up. Exhale, letting that arm flop over. Noticing how maybe this side feels totally different. Just trying to let things go, lengthen out on the exhale. And if your arm isn't happy being up there, just let your arm relax where it wants. Still get a good side bend. And then slowly, slowly, slowly coming out of this. Just doing whatever you need to feel good for a moment. And then we're going to keep our bent leg here. Do a little bit of circling. Way. Circling back around the other way. We're almost done with this part. Good. And then sort of having your body tip forward so you feel even more going on in your inner thighs. Maybe with your back long, maybe your back's happy rounding. Do what feels good and gives you a really good inner thigh stretch. Breathe in deep. Wonderful. Let's come out of this, please, and we're gonna make our way on to our backs. With our knees bent to start. Let's just get into some nice windshield wipers. Your arms open to either side. Just letting your knees flop one way. Maybe inhaling through center and then letting them flop the other way. So just letting your body tell you the pace it wants to go. Good, wonderful. Let's lengthen out our legs, reaching your arms overhead, flexing your feet so you're getting a little bit of an arch in your back, a nice big full body stretch. Taking a big inhale as you stretch everything out, and then as you exhale, walking up your knees, giving them a hug, pressing out the air. Good. So let's keep our knees bent and circle our knees one way. And then back around the other way. Massaging the lower back, which might be a little bit unhappy after the seated stuff. Good, and then holding onto your knees, just try rolling your whole body side to side. So you're kind of massaging your whole back body, maybe your shoulders, your hips, everything just getting gently massaged into the floor. Good, wonderful. So keeping one leg bent in, lengthen out the other leg, give it a little bit of a shake, telling the quad to relax. And let's do some hip circles, circling outward to start. If this doesn't feel good in your pelvis or lower back, instead of having the other leg lengthened out, you can have it bent. That might feel better. Good, so we're circling up and out. Good, switching directions. Good, wonderful. Now lengthening out that leg, reaching your arms overhead again, letting your back arch, reaching with the palms of your hands, flexing your feet. So you just feel a lot of nice lengthening stretch in your back body. Taking a nice inhale, and then as you exhale, hugging in your knees again, pressing out the air. Good. Now lengthening out the leg that you just had bent, giving it a little bit of a shake. And we're going to do our knee circles outward. That's switching directions the other way. So we're circling inward. Good. Then lengthening out again. Maybe pointing your toes this time and wiggling them, maybe wiggling your fingers and really reaching them. So now you're feeling it maybe more in your front body, the big stretch. Taking a big inhale as you exhale, hugging in your knees again. Pressing out the air. Wonderful. So feet on the floor. Let's just take a moment to reach our arms up towards the ceiling and just doing some nice circling of the arms. Whatever size gives you kind of a massagey feeling in your shoulder blades, maybe kind of in the neck area. Switching directions. Maybe if you tuck your chin a little bit, you can get more into the kind of upper back area. If you find a certain area that's particularly tight, just kind of drill into it. And then with your palms facing towards one another, just see how it feels having your arms kind of tick-tock side to side. See if you can kind of roll out those muscles that are in between your shoulder blades and your spine. Just see what you can get into. Oh, hooray. So hands coming together, interlocking, reaching your hands up to stretch out those shoulder blade muscles. Big inhale, and then letting your shoulders relax down to the floor, and your exhale, letting your arms fall open to either side, just flopping down to the floor, palms facing up. Good. So just a few windshield wipers, getting your hips ready. So we're going to come into a nice twist next. So your favorite version of the twist, maybe scooching your hips one way to let your knees fall the other way. Now choosing what to do with your legs, whether you want the top one lengthened out a bit or if you like everything bent, whatever feels good in the spine. And the sort of back arm, the arm that your knees aren't pointed towards, you can keep it lengthened out, or you can bend that arm and have it just kind of reaching overhead, kind of like like you're ready to give a high five. Maybe if your shoulder doesn't love it, putting a pillow under that arm, or just keeping that arm straightened out. So just choosing what's going to give you a nice big twist. And once you're there, we're going to hang out here for a while. So really letting your body melt into it on the exhale. Very slowly on an inhale, start to untwist yourself, bringing everything back through center, and really just take your time and kind of neutralize that twist. So, getting your spine more up and down. Maybe you want to lengthen out in a full body stretch. Maybe you want to hug in your knees. Just whatever gets that kind of feeling to just sort of melt away. And then when you're ready, setting up to do more or less the same thing on the other side. So scooching your hips one way to let your knees fall the other way. Whatever's going to feel really nice for your spine. Maybe supporting under your knees if need be. Maybe you feel like lengthening out your top leg a bit. Just messing around until your body says, oh, this is it, do that. Deciding what to do with that back arm. Maybe it stays in line with your shoulders, straight out from your body. Maybe you bend that elbow, kind of reach like you're getting ready to high five someone, just to see if that changes the feeling in a good way. And then when you find your twist, really nice big inhale and letting go, melting downward on the exhale. Very slowly bringing everything back through center. Letting your body decide how it wants to untwist. You just want to move around till the position you were just in, you don't kind of feel it anymore. And then when you're ready, let's hug in our knees. And if you like, let's do happy baby. So your version of, maybe you're grabbing the outside of your feet or the outside of your legs, maybe the back of your knees. Just whatever gives you a good stretch in your inner thighs, letting your hips open up, knees kind of trying to sink down towards the floor. Maybe rocking your baby if that feels good to you. Good, wonderful. And when you're ready, hugging your knees back together for a moment. Taking a nice big inhale, then on the exhale, let your body come into Shavasana, letting everything flop open, legs lengthened out, and feet just falling to either side. Letting your arms relax either side, shaking out your shoulders a bit. And I like to just let my head roll side to side a little bit, just trying to get my neck to relax. And when you're ready, head facing straight up and down, closing your eyes and focusing on that feeling of a gentle lifting through your whole body on the inhale and a slow melting of your whole body on the exhale. slowly start deepening your inhale and maybe staying in Shavasana if you have the time. If not, start stretching out and moving however feels good. Rolling onto your side and slowly making your way back up to a seated position with your spine nice and long. Good. So with your eyes closed or half closed, your arms relaxed where they want. Whether you're sitting up or lying down, I want you to feel on the inhale like this expansion from your chest going outwards. And then on the exhale, just feel this nice pulling into the very center of you on the exhale. So it's like this expansion and then a settling inward. Feeling the expansion even through your back body. Namaste. So I'm going to stop the recording.